Let me get the glasses off so it can actually focus a little bit better. We've got my stuff beeping in the other end of the house. Of course. Hey, what would live video be without something weird going on? But we're live. We've got all sorts of stuff happening. We've got a huge trip coming up in just a few days. We've got other trips coming up and all sorts of stuff to talk to. I've got it all written down here. Park news coming out, speculation about Silver Dollar City, and who knows where else we're going to end up with. Well, I hope y'all are having a great weekend. We are, I don't, Buzz, I'm telling you, this is going to be live. My phone's going crazy now. We are a week away from starting on a big expedition and traveling halfway across the world and just trying to get everything ready for it. We're going to be gone for a few weeks, and boy, I can tell my light's just going to be really wonky here. But trying to, I adjusted the camera so it wouldn't do this. Sorry for all the technical stuff, everybody. I guess I'm going to flash between blue and white. In any case, we have been trying to get everything all ready for this trip, trying to get everything set, prepared, and it has been a deal. Let me see if maybe turning my other light here will help it stop blinking. But excited to have everything done. We think we finally have all of our house sitters in place, which has been a deal. We have had to make some changes to the trip a little bit. So we're flying out. We're going to end up on Sunday in Amsterdam's major airport for a little over 10 hours. Our initial expectation was that we were going to be able to head out of the airport, go into the city, meet some people, see some things. Well, the Netherlands has added more COVID restrictions. They've had some changes. And what it looks like, what it pretty much is at this point, is that if we were to actually leave the airport, that we are going to end up getting stuck, possibly in the Netherlands, having to do more transfers and paperwork. And let me just see what, buzz. Thanks, Craig. It would make it very difficult for us to leave the airport and then to be able to get back in. It would mean more paperwork, more tests, and essentially starting another whole new trip and a chance we would not be able to get to Israel. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to do that. And yeah, Craig, when auto white balance attacks, that's the weird thing is I just turned off the auto white balance and it's still doing it. Fun stuff. But instead, we're going to be stuck at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport for 10 and a half hours or so and not able to leave. The cool thing is the airport's got an art museum and a library and an outdoor lounge and an airplane observation deck and some other stuff. So what I'll probably do is I will probably do a video touring the airport because, hey, why not? It should be at least something a little bit different. And then it's off to Israel itself, and we're going to be doing all sorts of stuff there. I do have some videos that I have recorded ahead of time, so I will have several videos come up and be ready to go. But I will also be publishing videos there. I will do a live stream from Israel at some point, and all sorts of different things. But let's see here. Trying to read. Let's see. Well, Shane, leaving the airport's too much of a hassle. Yeah, it's just one of those that as soon as we go through security on the way out of the airport, they are treating it as if it's now a separate trip. And so we would have to redo all of our paperwork again as if it was a brand new trip, plus more COVID tests. Plus, you're just kind of going, oh. So, yeah. Let's see. It is a night airport, but long time to be there. Well, we'll actually be there from 10 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, approximately. A little bit less than that. So it'll be daytime. So everything will be open. We'll get to see everything. But yeah. Yeah, nice, not night. So it'll be interesting. But we've got an itinerary for our first couple weeks, and then it's going to be seeing everything that we do. But we're going to be going to Gethsemane. We're going to be going to the Holy Sepulchre Church. We're going to be going up to Haifa. Let me see here. What all is on this list? To the Galilee, to, let's see, Tiberias, which actually we didn't get to see Tiberias on our last trip. Megiddo. Let's see, Capernaum, Bethsaida, Chorazin, Magdala, Caesarea on the coast, which is gorgeous. Oh, it's a neat place. The Temple Mount, Hezekiah's Tunnel, Qumran Caves, which we didn't get to spend much time at, the Israel Museum, which we really didn't get to see. So we will be checking that out. My goodness, why is everybody buzzing me now? But it's because it's when I'm live. That's why. But we've got all sorts of different stuff. Are you spending a night on the plane going to Israel? To say the least. So we leave at noon tomorrow. We've go down to Atlanta, fly to Amsterdam. We've got 10 hours in Amsterdam, and then another 5-hour flight into Israel itself. So the flight from Atlanta to Israel basically leaves at 8 o'clock at night and arrives at 10 in the morning. Now, of course, there's time changes in there, but basically we spend the night on the plane. And then we arrive at an ungodly hour into Israel itself. But yes. Let's see. How far is Masada from Jerusalem? It's a couple hours drive. It's out in the desert. Jerusalem's up on top of a mountain. We hope to get to Masada at some point. Right now, Masada is scheduled as a drive-by, but I'm really hoping we can find a way to get there. The one problem with Masada is there is not any public transit to it. So it's a little difficult to get to. We've got to find a ride or a taxi or their equivalent of Uber or something like that. But I definitely want to spend a day at Masada if at all possible. We actually have a list of stuff that we want to go to, that trying to work out transportation and expenses and costs. That's going to be kind of the biggest deal, is what our budget allows for us to do. Because the way that this whole trip works and the way it's budgeted and the finances and everything, we're not going to have the cushion that we initially thought, because there have been some changes to it and stuff like that. So we will still be doing a bunch, and I know that we will be adding other things on as we're there. But yeah, there's a number of things that will be up in there. Masada is one of them. Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial, is another one that we really want to go to and spend more time. We had 2 hours at it on our first time, and it wasn't anywhere near enough. Masada, I think we had 3, and again, not anywhere near enough. So we are hoping to be able to visit a lot of things like that. Let's see, like museums about Israel and Jewish topics. Yeah, surprising. Craig says this because when we visited him, hey, we went up to the Jewish Museum in Cleveland. So, will they serve you breakfast on the plane? We're due at least one meal. We will see, because it is kind of an overnight flight. I may be sleeping in the meal, I hope. But yeah, Craig likes my pun there. But yes, that's all coming up. I can give you a hint about some of the videos coming up here. We were at Silver Dollar City last night for their Christmas event, and we did film. And so that's about a third of the way being edited. That should pop up for you on Tuesday. I also have a couple videos on 5 characters I didn't like shooting pictures of. And you'll get to see that. That's coming up. Guests that drove me nuts. It's kind of a little bit of a rant video on there. I am doing a whole series of videos on the planning for the trip and the changes and stuff like that. So that will be coming up probably about the time that we leave. And of course, vlogging all the way through. I do have a couple other reaction videos I may film as well. So all sorts of stuff. Am I looking forward to seeing Joseph's here? I keep forgetting I can do this now. Am I looking forward to seeing Joseph's reaction to these locations? Absolutely. If you don't know, my son's going to be with us for the first 2 weeks, and this is one of my highlights. I can't wait to film and see his reactions to a lot of them. Absolutely looking forward to that. And Jupe, don't forget to put the chats on the screen. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I forgot about that. So Now, of course, Irwin, food on airplanes. Actually, the last few times I've eaten on the airplane, the food has been really good. When we flew to Israel the first time, we had really good meals. My wife couldn't eat some of it because of her allergies, but it was good. I had breakfast on a flight not very long ago, and oh my goodness, it was good. I was stuffed. So it's surprising. Now, the biggest issue we have is my wife's diet, and she has allergies, so there's some things she can't eat. So yes, we'll be working around that. We actually have already looked at a couple places at the Amsterdam airport to see what she can eat, what she can't. But yeah, I've actually been pleasantly pleased and surprised with the food on airplanes. Uh, you know, a year before COVID, and then recently too. So, maybe I'm just not as picky as much. Of course, now I'm not expecting a gourmet meal either. So, cold food's okay. Oh gosh, no, I had a hot. Okay, the last meal I had on a plane was breakfast. I had a hot omelet that was amazing. Cold fruit, yogurt, and I'm trying to remember what else it was, but the omelet was great. I was really surprised. So, am I allowed to bring flights on the flights? Here. Yep, gotta remember. Will you be allowed to bring snacks on the flights? You are allowed to bring food on planes, whether you bring it ahead of time or whether you buy it in the airport. Absolutely, can bring it on planes. The thing you are restricted on is liquids. You cannot bring more than 3 ounces of liquids through security. So no cups of water. You can bring an empty cup and then fill it up on the other side, but you are not allowed to bring liquids in. But yeah, snacks are always good. Craig, flight food depends a lot on the airline. Nice meal service and Air France. Delta and American actually have not been bad the last couple times. So we will see. Craig, did we put in allergy info with the airline? Yes, but they only have limited amount of allergies. You can do gluten, but there's no option to be able to list peppers and garlic and so yeah, fun stuff like that. So it's interesting how they do it. My wife has enough allergies that they don't have an option to be able to put those in. They only have certain ones you can list. So it is what it is, and we will work with that. But yeah, we will have videos from several of those locations in Israel coming up, and I will have a couple different versions of the videos. I will have the tourist specials ones that will pop up on this channel. I will also be doing, if you're interested in these, a little bit more of the religious side of things, the preaching style, and I'll be posting those on my Burning Bush channel, and you will probably see some of those post up on my church's Facebook page as well. So you can see them that way if you want a little bit more of that side of it, but it'll be fun with the other way. So, but yeah, lots of stuff like that. And then Josh is asking, do we have any tours planned? Yes and no. We've got several things. We don't have an official tour, but we do have a lot of things that we're touring. So let's see. Oh, and then Joseph, did I watch anything on Disney Plus Day? I actually did not. And that is by choice. Well, design and by time. One, our time right now is because we got a week. It's crazy short, and so trying to get everything done. Not a lot of time to watch stuff. But the other thing too is, okay, I've got a 3-hour flight down to Amsterdam or down to Atlanta, and then we've got a almost 9-hour flight over to Amsterdam, and then a 5-hour flight. I'm going, I got all this time sitting on planes and around airports. I can watch this then. So I will be queuing up Jungle Cruise and let's see, I've actually got a list here. Jungle Cruise, Shang-Chi, Under the Helmet, the Boba Fett deal, the Hawkeye series that's starting. Yep, so we're going to be planning on that. Tweetsy, welcome back. Am I planning to visit Silver Dollar City for Christmas? I can tell you joined late. We were there last night. The video's coming Tuesday. So, yes, absolutely did. And we did ride the train. So I do have a little train footage for you with it. So you will be pleased to hear that. I do have a little bit of mail here. There are a couple things I do want to mention. One, you have probably noticed I haven't mentioned anything about Disney Genie and a video coming up about that. Part of it is because there is enough discussion out there right now. One is still really in testing phases. It's got a lot of different changes, and they're going to tweak it and adjust it. The other thing too is I'm finding a lot of the people publishing videos about it are basically publishing videos that are the exact same opinions they had before Genie started. So a lot of the people heaping hate on it hated it before it started. And some of the ones that are saying they really like it liked it before it started. And I'm kind of going, I want to get some actual unbiased opinion. Let me see how it actually works and what it's doing first. There are a couple things I've heard that concern me a bit. And if you watched my video on it, you know I said that it could be really good, or it could be really bad, or it could end up somewhere in between. And right now I'm kind of thinking it's the somewhere in between bit. The one thing I think I can say confidently about Disney Genie is that it's not really necessary except for the extra pay ones, like Rise of the Resistance. And those I believe you're going to want to pay the extra fee to be able to get them. But other than that, it sounds about right. Let's see. Okay, this is actually a good question here. Josh asks, will you see any Christmas decorations in Israel while you're there? So here's the deal. Israel is Jewish, not Christian, which means they don't do Christmas. Now, over in Bethlehem, of course, you do have the Church of the Nativity, and they have a big Christmas Day celebration. We do kind of hope to get to that, but Christmas is not celebrated in most of Israel. Now, Hanukkah, on the other hand, is, and we will be there for that. So we will be celebrating Hanukkah while we're there and looking forward to it. That's actually something, it's going to be something I'm going to have fun highlighting is some of the differences with the holidays, because we're there through the holidays. For example, us in America, we're all excited about Thanksgiving coming up next Thursday. They don't have Thanksgiving in Israel. Christmas. They don't have Christmas in Israel. Even what we consider New Year's, Israel actually celebrates New Year's at a different time. So, yes, it'll be very different that way. So, let's see here. Have I ever heard or planned to visit the Belton, Fremont, and Grandview? Belton, Grandview, and Kansas. I'm not even quite familiar with that. I don't know. Jessica, send me more information on that, because I'm not sure what it is even. So, let's see here. Craig, you should go try Genie Plus at the 4 Walt Disney World parks and 2 Disneyland ones. I wonder, do you think that might be able to happen? Okay. So this is one other thing I did want to let you all know. I've been telling my patrons about this, but here is kind of what's coming up next year. We're still working on my daughter going to Japan. If she goes to Japan, I'm going to go visit her. We are in the planning stages of a possible visit to Australia. And there's a lot to happen with that, but that may be March, April, somewhere in there. And that would include the parks down there. And then Craig mentions Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Okay, so this is early planning. Looks like one of these will definitely happen. The other one we're kind of going, maybe. But Walt Disney World right now is scheduled for the first part of June. And we may have some special guests there. But we are looking at going to head down, and I will get my chance to try out Genie and my chance to ride Rise of the Resistance. Additionally, D23 Expo is coming up in September, and there are early plans for possibly being able to go to that. And I can't tell you how excited I am about that. So if that happens, we will get that. So yeah, we got some big stuff coming up this next year. That would be really, really cool. So, Brendan, sing! Oh, I don't want to get poor Craig wanting to kill me already, especially when I just talked about ways that Craig is going to bless us. So let me open up a little bit of this mail. Randy, my wife will want to go with you to Australia. I don't think my wife would approve. So let me get a couple of these things. One, in my recent pin video, you may have heard me talk about a website called Pin and Pop. It's designed for pin trading, and it is actually, you can input all your pins, keep your inventory there. I've now realized I have about 700 Disney pins. not an exact number. I've still got a few pins to add in, but yeah, I got a lot of pins. But I did do a couple trades online with them, and it looks like they included some extra stuff. I literally it just arrived today. So I traded a couple pins, which I was really excited about their trading events. And let me see, what is this? George, Happy Haunts was even more amazing because of traders like you. Enjoy your pins. And we've got a nice little card with Alice in Wonderland. And thank you for your support. And this is how I heard of them. Try and get that back where you can see it. Pinderella, who is up here, who I oftentimes buy pins from. Pinderella is the one who recommended them to me and got me hooked up. And I'm really excited here. So I've got my 2 pin. Let's see. I think they sent me an extra. I'm not sure what all is here. I know what a couple of these are if I can get it open for you. Let's see. Where did my opener go? Okay. This is what's really nice. They send it in a pin envelope or a padded envelope in bubble wrap so you know your pins are safe. And this is one pin I was excited about. That is the Windows on Main Street with Donald Duck. It is an amazing pin. I got to trade one of my old cast pins for that one. I was pleased to win that trade. And then the other one is actually part of a series I have been working on. And it is the mood, current mood. So, and then they've also sent this. I don't know what this is. This is like extras. Let's see. Oh, okay. I got a few things in here. See if we can get it all out. So let's see. I got some candy corn. Yummy. I like candy corn. I know some people don't, but we've got a Happy Haunts 2021 pin. There is some gummy bears. I'm a gummy bear. A couple. This is kind of cute, actually. A couple little erasers. And then a rubber stamp. Which, see if I can hold that up the right way. So, but yeah, very cool. Makes it a little fun. It's extra surprises. So, let's see. Have you ever been to Santa's Village theme park and did you like it? Which one? I actually have not been to any of the Santa's Villages, but the college I attended in Santa Cruz actually was across the street from where there used to be one. So, kind of neat. Little trivia. Let's see here. Oh, poor Craig. Everybody's talking about singing. You've heard of the golden rule? He who makes the gold makes the rules. So, okay. And Craig, I guess, says he makes the gold because he's helping pay. I don't know. We could start that whole paying for singing thing again, but I don't want to do that. Let's see. So we got a Happy Halloween card. This is from Barry. Now, Barry has been in and out of the hospital a little bit, so I don't believe there's any shirts and stuff from Barry. He's doing much better. I don't want to give any details there because I don't know that he wants me to do that. But, yeah, if you're looking for what shirts Barry sent this time, which I think this is a Barry shirt. No Barry shirts this time, but think about him as he recovers. He would appreciate it. Let him know we love him. And he does say, Happy Halloween, don't eat too much candy. Too late on that one. Let's see here. What are my thoughts on YouTube? Publicly getting rid of dislikes. I don't know how I feel on that. I mean, I can still see them if somebody gives me a dislike, but it became kind of a fad thing. And some people like to dislike just for the sake of it. So I don't know. I've got mixed feelings. I haven't looked at that close. So, let's see. Something you want to hear. I actually saw Big Al. I think it was at Disneyland Paris years ago when I was a kid, but never interacted with it. Big Al. Do you mean Weird Al? I mean, now, if you want to know somebody who knows Weird Al, that would be Craig. Craig is a Weird Al expert. So, oh, okay. No, you do mean Big Al. Seeing there in retrospect, because there's no attraction for the country bears anywhere in Disneyland Paris. Yeah, it was understandable, though, because I don't think the songs they sing would translate into the French culture very easily. So, especially when you start thinking about blood on the saddle. Yeah, that would be weird. So, so I have a envelope here from the Talking Mickey Project. If you have not seen Emma and her interviews on Talking Mickey Project, you really need to go do that. Go sign up and subscribe to her. And this is really cute. This is a thank you for doing an interview with them, and I love it. That is great. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Emma. And to your parents. They are wonderful people, too, by the way. Okay, so let me see here. I've got one from Craig, one from Hunter, one from Brendan, and then I have one from Canada, which I'm going to save for last. So let's see. Let's take Craig's here next. Okay. Mark, Biden White House got rid of the dislike button. Yeah, but only because they didn't listen to Trump when he complained about it. Okay. That's my whole political bit. I won't go any further than that. Yeah, I have a mixed feeling on the dislike thing, though. I think I understand why there's times it got abused, but at the same time, but the nice thing is, like I said, the creators still see it. We still get the feedback. So if people are disliking a video, we will see that they're disliking it, and then we can kind of try to figure out why. I do encourage you, though, if you ever do dislike a video, leave a comment or feedback for them so they know why you're disliking it. That way we know whether it's because of the content or something we did or the quality or what we can do to address it. I had one person that sent me a comment one time that said, I'm disliking this just because you went to a park that had killer whales at it. Okay, I thought it was a ridiculous reason to dislike, but at least I knew why they did it. So yeah, please, just as from a creator standpoint, let me know. Let us know. Whoop. Drop that envelope. So this is from Craig. I think this is the last of the ones we've had stored up from Craig for a little bit. So this will be the shirt for the video. And may the force be with you with Christmas. That's cool. I'll have to wear this one in the next week because the one thing I have noticed in looking at the way people dress in Israel, they don't tend to wear T-shirts with designs on them very much. They wear like polo shirts and solid color shirts and stuff like that. So I'm only going to be taking a couple T-shirts, which is weird because I've got tons of T-shirts. But I don't want to stand out as I don't want to be walking around with that big sign on my that says "Tourist, come rob me." So, but that's a cool shirt. I will find a way to wear that one, definitely. Let's see here. Get back to being able to read these comments. Let's see. Have I heard that the Main Street Electrical Parade is coming back? Yes, and I get mixed feelings on that. I love the parade. It's one of my favorites, but my goodness, it's time to update. I will say Spectro wasn't my favorite, but it was something different. Paint the Night, I never got to see it, but at least it was something new. It's as much as I love Main Street Electrical, it's time to retire it. It's time to move on. So, Tweetsy, Craig is incredible. That's awesome. That is amazing. Okay, so I got a package here from Hunter. And see if I can figure out how to open it. He's got this thing sealed. Good. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to do a different method on this one. Time to pull out the carabiner. Let's see. Hi, Emma. I just opened your package, Emma. So, Emma's on here. Hi, Sir Willow. I like your Figment t-shirt. Thank you. And thank you. That's awesome. Emma's a lot of fun. I still feel slightly disappointed that we didn't get to ride coasters together in San Antonio, but we will definitely make a return trip for it. Okay, let me get the other part of this thing. Is there not scissors here? There is scissors. I'm like, I need to cut this thing open. Let's see. Trevor, I'm from Australia, but do not come in March, April, because that's when the parks are going to be packed. 2 new roller coasters won't be open at April school vacation. Um, Good information. Hey, Trevor, do me a favor. Can you send me that information through email? sirwillow@gmail.com. We are early stages of planning. We don't know what dates we're going to be there yet. I'm kind of dependent upon the guy I'll be traveling with. But any information like that comes in very, very handy. So definitely would love to have that. Anything you can tell us about the parks and scheduling there would be wonderful. So Josh asks, are there any food places you're looking forward to while in Israel? So our budget, due to several things, has ended up much tighter than what we had initially expected. I can't go into some details on it, but we had initially expected to have about $5,000 to cover housing, food, transportation, personal expenses, things like that. And due to several different things, it's actually ended up about $1,500 less than that. Some of that's expenses here at home that have come up and various other things. And so I'm kind of joking that when we get to Israel, we're going to be doing the Israeli equivalent of living on ramens. We're going to be finding ways to eat cheap. We're not going to be going out splurging money. We will be buying food at the local grocery store and eating it, and down at the outdoor markets and stuff. So is there any food places? Not really. We'll eat at street fairs, street markets and stuff. Lots of falafel and schnitzel and other things like that, and very much looking forward to that. We try to eat local when we travel. So Craig, like Baroque Hoedown. Final Float and Paint was awesome. Baroque Hoedown, if you don't know, is the music from Main Street Electrical Light Parade. So and okay, so here's the package from Hunter. Oh, this is really cool. So he got to go to the Graceland Archives, or the Disney Archives exhibit at Graceland. So we've got a pin there. See if I can get that up. There it is. That VIP. That's very cool. And then the lanyard. This is so neat. He's got the bracelet on there as well. Ooh. And we got the brochures. Oh, Grand Carnival Carowinds. Very cool event guide. This is awesome, Hunter. Thank you so very much. There's the actual brochure for the Walt Disney Archives exhibit, including the office. Animator's Desk, Elvis Presley's Graceland. And you know what helps if I read the letter that was in there. Let's see. Hello, Sir Willow. I know you were not able to head out to Memphis to go through the Disney Archives, so I made a little care package for you. Archives are really neat. They had some things there that were so amazing, like a ride vehicle from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and the alien from the Great Movie Ride. Oh, that would be really cool. Also included a map from Carowinds for the Mardi Gras event. Hope you enjoy and also have fun on your trip. Hope to see you at Disney World on your next trip. Also, I took notes from Craig and typed this letter because my handwriting is worse than his. Ooh, thank you so much, Hunter. This is awesome. Really an awesome deal. So, let's see. How long will we be in Israel? We will be there from November 22nd. Okay, so here's travel times. We leave on the 20th. We arrive on the 22nd. And we will be there, and we're planning to stay till about December 30th. So approximately 6 weeks. Any theme amusement parks to be able to visit? There is one I hope to. I'm not sure if it's going to work out or not. So, and it's a small one. Israel doesn't have big parks, but I'm hoping. We will see. Craig, you eat cheap? Shocking. Yes, Craig has seen my penny pinching in action. Craig has yelled at me because of stuff like that. But Mark, Graceland is in my backyard, and you didn't go see the exhibit. How cool. But no, awesome package. Thank you so much, Hunter. And Mr. Higginbottom, I missed the Great Movie Ride. I do too. It was just an amazing ride. So much fun. Oh, is there a McDonald's in Israel? Okay, this is a fun question for y'all. So, in Israel, keep in mind, they eat kosher. What that means is they don't mix certain foods. Okay, you don't eat pork, so no bacon, no ham, none of those things. The other thing that they don't do is they don't mix dairy and meat. So, for example, if you go to McDonald's, and there is McDonald's, there's no cheeseburgers. You can get a hamburger, but no cheeseburger and no bacon burger. So, no cheese on the burgers. If you go to a pizza place, and they do have places that have pizza, you cannot get a pepperoni pizza because pepperoni is meat and there's cheese on the pizza, and you don't mix meat with cheese. But what is fun, I actually heard a story from somebody who went into a pizza place and ordered a pepperoni pizza, and they said, "Oh, yeah, we can do that for you." "You can? Yes, we'll make you a pepperoni pizza." He got it, and it was all peppers, a pepper-only pizza instead of a pepperoni. So, yes, be aware. They do, it is a little different. So no cheeseburgers, nothing like that. Let's see. Should be sleeping as I just did a night out shift, going to see Full Gear in theater tonight. Want to say hi. Well, good to have you. So, never asked what the ice cream was when you were in Israel. That would be interesting. They do have some interesting flavors of ice cream, and looking forward to hopefully trying some of that. So this is a package from Brendan, and I may have lied earlier when I said there may not be any other shirts. I think there's another shirt in here, if I can get it open. Okay, you know what? My blade's not wanting to cut it, so we'll just rip. Ha-ha! Ripping is good. Okay, so we got a couple things here. Okay, so if you've heard me talk about the Texas State Fair, you have probably heard me say, "Howdy, folks, it's Big Tex." He is the mascot of the fair. He's a big, giant figure. So I will say, the State Fair in Texas may be the best fair I have been to. It is an amazing fair. Huge midway of rides, lots of displays. It's right next to the Cotton Bowl, so there's always something going on there. Just absolutely wonderful. So if you ever want a great fair to go to, the Texas State Fair is it. So, Craig, I think yelled at is overstating about food. Usually I reserve that for singing. Okay, let's see. Very friendly, polite, stern disapproval. How's that? But thank you for that program, Brendan. There's also an envelope here, and let me show you the shirt. There we go. Six Flags Over Texas. You know, I didn't get one of these when I was there last. So that's awesome. Thank you. Awesome. You guys are so generous to me, right? I was like, what did I ever do to deserve it? Let's see here. And then let's see if we can get this little envelope open. You know what? I'm just going to rip it. Tom, let's see. My daughter eats soy, almond milk, etc. ice cream, if you can call it that. My son's girlfriend has a lactose issue. And when we go eat pizza, we found a pizza place that actually has vegetarian cheese. And she really likes that. Oh, cool. And there is the Texas State Fair pin. Thank you so much, Brendan. That's awesome. That's really cool. Thank you. Let's see. I don't know, Craig. I think you're in trouble here, the way people keep asking me to sing. I don't know what they want me to sing, though. That's the one thing is, for me to sing, it's easier for somebody to throw out something that makes me want to sing, which is what was really funny about that trip with Craig, is he kept throwing out lines that were just like baiting me. He would say something like, "Whoa," and of course then you're going, "Halfway there." So it's easier for me to sing if I have something that inspires me or reminds me. Okay, so I have a package here that came from Canada. This is from Leah in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Blah, blah, blah. And I actually already partially opened it. It's still in the box. But it arrived on a day that it was pouring rain, and the outside label or outside wrapping got soaked. And I was like, I better get it out of that outside wrapping before the whole thing gets ruined. So let's see. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay, yes, there are exceptions. I did have a roast beef sandwich with cheese while I was in Israel. Of course, it was at a Christian-owned restaurant. you can find exceptions where there is non-kosher food. It's just hard sometimes, and it will depend upon where you go and what you do. So it's looking around. And then Josh asks, does American dollars go a long ways? No, Israel is expensive. So it definitely, Israel costs a lot on a lot of different things. Although the one exception is fruits and vegetables. Those are cheap because they grow them in the desert. It's really cool. If you ever get to go, you drive through the desert and it's all in bloom. There's plantations and olive groves and fruit trees and all sorts of stuff. It's really neat. So that's one thing I hope to show you better. I didn't get good footage of that last time I was there, and I hope to be able to show some things like that and let you see ways. We had this idea in America that Israel is just all a desert, and it's not. It's actually really, really cool. Craig here. Ears are bleeding. Glad I'm outside a hospital. Oh, you can get treatment if you need it, Craig. Okay, so to Sir Willow. Just sending you a box with some goodies in it for you and your family, as well as a t-shirt for you that I think you will like. Ooh. Okay, see if I can get this open. And actually, this is going to work beautifully before our trip because we've got stuff here. Let's see, Aero Minis. These are going to be things we will definitely be taking on the plane with us. Coffee Crisp. Oh, I love these. Okay, I'm a huge Kit Kat fan. This is basically, it's a little bit like a coffee flavored Kit Kat. I am not a coffee person, but these are good. Really good. My favorites, pistachios, yum yum, and perfect travel size. Oh, my wife is going to love you. Salt Spring Coffee. My wife is going to be very pleased with that. She's out there somewhere. I think she's ignoring me right now. I don't blame her. 27, 28 years of marriage, you learn when to ignore them. And then this is my good son. She might actually steal that one from me. To be honest, that's a great deal. Let's see here. My Israel trip was cheaper than going to Europe, but it was 10 days instead of 16. Love both trips. Versailles is amazing. Oh my goodness. So much gold. It's crazy when you walk around. It's too much. Almost. It really is. Yeah, it depends upon what you do and how you book the trip. But for example, a meal on the street in Israel, if you just get a regular order of falafel, is going to run you about $10 just for the falafel sandwich and a drink. So it is a little bit more than what we would eat fast food wise here in the States. When we ate down by the Galilee and we had the fish there, that ran almost $20 a person. So yeah, it can definitely be expensive. I remember the Israel hotel breakfast being, this is typical: yogurt, granola, fruit. Once tired of that, we could have granola, yogurt, and fruit instead. The other things though in the morning that we had lots of cheeses, lots of olives. There was one spread at one point that it looked like a rainbow, and it was just olives. And then there were eggs, boiled eggs at breakfast. Because I guess they don't consider that meat. But yeah, it was lots of fruits. You can have a green salad. Tossed green salad is typical for breakfast in Israel. They actually make a type of salad that is diced tomato and cucumber together. And then they would have lettuce and carrots and stuff. And hey, I'll have a green salad for breakfast. So a little different. So let's see here. Josh, will you be able to vlog getting on the plane? We will be vlogging the whole trip, although I won't be doing anything that's going to bother people. So I probably won't be vlogging on the planes just because that's weird and awkward. I try not to do awkward stuff. So, because I loved Israel food. I loved food in Israel too. Last time we were there 3 years ago, it was great. By the way, Leah, thank you for the package, the amazing package. That is wonderful. My wife's going to love seeing the coffee. So, but yeah, 10 days. So let me see. I was going to run through some of the other places that we have on our itinerary. Okay, we're going to En Gedi. We're hoping to dip in the Dead Sea. Qumran Caves, the Good Samaritan Inn. We're going to visit John the Baptist's village, which I have not been to. Bet Guvrin, which is an underground city. That sounds really cool to me. The Ella Valley, which is where David fought Goliath. So haven't been there either. So that will be really, really cool. Like I said, the Israel Museum. Think the Smithsonian here in the States, but for Israel. The only part we got to see was just where the Dead Sea Scrolls are. And there is another huge part of the museum, and we are really looking forward. We are really looking forward to exploring that too. Yeah, we're going to hit several places we didn't get to go to last time, and we will have time to explore, which is going to be really, really cool. Randy, does the water make you sick? I'm guessing you mean the drinking water in Israel. Israel actually has some of the cleanest water you're going to find in the world. Israel is the leading developer of desalination plants and desalinator machines, where they can take the seawater and convert it into fresh water. That Israel's the ones who did that. The drip irrigation systems that you use to water plants, Israel created that. So you will find very good water in Israel. That said, they actually do have a specific little device that they've created to help purify drinking water too. That goes in your kitchen. But yes, water is generally good there. Craig, Israel uses theme park pricing everywhere since they don't have a lot of, yeah, kind of something like that. So, and here's the neat thing. Tom said, will not be envious. We will be live streaming at least once from there, very likely twice. I don't know exactly when. The laptop computer I'm taking, the webcam on it. Is the webcam? No, it's the microphone. The microphone doesn't work for some weird reason. So I will have a headset to plug in. So I may stream on that, but more than likely I will be live streaming off of this. There's Wi-Fi everywhere in Israel. So it's easy enough to pop on the phone to the Wi-Fi and stream that way. So Craig, suggest not vlogging at any security checks. No, don't do that. Not a good thing. So hope we're not flying El Al. Nope. We are flying Delta on the way there and American on the way back. So El Al is a wonderful airline, but they tend to be very much more strict on security and stuff because they are the Jewish airline. So how's the weather going to be while you're there? It depends upon where we are. And this is what I mean by, okay, so imagine if you've been to California, because you've got the mountains in California and the coast and the desert and the valleys, and then take that and squish it all down into New Jersey. And in Israel, you've got the mountains with the forests and the woods, and it's gorgeous. You hear about the Lebanon cedars, that's up in the north. You've got the coast area with Tel Aviv and some of the places there, and it's like Southern California on the beach all year round. You've got Jerusalem, which is up on a mountaintop, and it's pretty temperate. While we're there, it's supposed to be like lows around 50, highs are going to be around 70, but it can get hot in the summer. And then you go down to the desert, and desert's always hot. So it's got a little bit of everything there. Mount Hermon always has snow on it. And then you got the desert that's an hour away. So it's definitely a varied kind of thing. So Morgan Freeman documentary on Disney Channel. I missed this. Really? When did he? I've got to look this up and check it out. I would absolutely love to see that before we go. That could be a lot of fun. So thank you for that, Rosalind. I'm going to make a note here real quick. Look up Disney Channel special with Morgan Freeman. Okay, because otherwise I will forget. It's on right now. Okay. I can't pull it up right this second, but I've got YouTube TV. I can pull all that stuff up on DVR later, which is really nice. So thank you. I will definitely be checking that out. That's very cool. So Um, and my train just derailed. Don't you hate when that happens? There was something else I wanted to talk about, and I don't remember what it was because I was going somewhere else. But yes, you'll see videos pop up throughout the trip, and not just on Israel either. I will be continuing to do my confessions series of videos, so there will still be behind the scenes working at parks and stuff too. Definitely, if you're thinking, oh, you know what, he's going to be all Israel all the time for the next month and a half, I'm going to tune out. Don't. Because there will still be plenty of theme park related content coming up and working at the parks and behind the scenes and stuff like that. So I will still have all that, and all the Israel stuff is going to be all bonus. So there's a good chance my video content might come up. It may average the same. At the very least, it's going to be about the same amount. But I'm going to have so much stuff I'm going to want to publish. It's just whether I'm going to have time to get it edited there or not. But yeah, definitely. Let's see here. In fact, I'm going to actually pull up my YouTube TV account on the side just so I can get that thing recorded really quick, because that sounds really, really cool, and I don't want to miss it. Let's see. No, I don't want. Okay. And it's on Disney. No, I don't want the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. Okay, so I will definitely have to take a look for it later and see what we can find. Have I ever looked at getting a sponsorship deal with something like the Magic Candle Company, the old prop shop, or something like that? I would love to have something like that. I actually did a video a little while back explaining the issue we run into there isn't whether I would like to. It's that I am not quite big enough for it to be worth their time and money to invest. I'm kind of in this weird bubble with the size of my channel where I'm big enough to make money. I'm big enough to get a little bit of notice. But when it comes to being big enough for the parks to say, or the companies to say, hey, look, we can make money advertising on his channel, I'm not there. I'm in this middle ground. If once you hit about 75,000 to 100,000 subs, then they actually see you getting enough traffic and they go, okay, we can reach enough people with their advertising, we can make some money back. Let's ask if they want to advertise. But I'm not there yet. So most of the time when I get a company contact me about wanting to advertise, it's a junk company or fake or weird stuff. And so I've had a few products I've tried and done reviews on, but generally I don't get those kinds of deals because I'm just not quite big enough. Maybe someday. I'd love to have the opportunity, but I don't know if it will come. And generally with those kinds of things, they contact you, not the other way around. If you kind of go the other way around, it doesn't always work well and causes some issues. So let's see here. How is Amber's trip to Japan coming along? She is still on hold. They're actually starting to talk about possibly January for the type of thing she wants to do, and possibly allowing her in. January for her would be stressful because it'd be coming right after the holidays and stuff and trying to get stuff done. And it's very early yet. We want to make sure that when they announce that it's open, it's going to stay open for her. So, I mean, even with our trip, they said November 1st. And we're like, okay, we're going November 20th. We've got some time there to make sure it works. So maybe January. I would actually anticipate February or so is more likely, February or March. Hopefully, if everything goes well, if Japan can deal with COVID, because they aren't vaccinating in Japan, because, I mean, you think some people here in the States are anti-vax? Oh my goodness, there's interesting deals there in Japan. So we don't know for sure yet, but hoping February-ish. And that's just a guess. We will see. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, must say the video of people on airplanes video was quite entertaining. We have actually already been joking. Do you think we're going to see that lady climbing on the seat again? And we will see how that goes. I'm we're hoping we don't have enough people on this trip to make a video like that worth it again. Brian Joseph, hey, Mr. Six Flags, how are you doing? So, let's see. Favorite site is the beach on the northern shore of the Galilee by the Shrine of Peter's Primacy. We did not get there last time we were there. So hoping to get there this time. Yeah, that's one of the places kind of on the list. We missed this. We'd like to go see it. So, Jessica, have a good friend who lives in Tokyo. Huge fan and advocate of. Yes. Yep. No, that's really cool though. That's Nathan, people. We've got friends there too. That I've actually got two friends who live in Japan. They're like, let us know when Amber gets here, and we're gonna go meet her and take care of her. And she's kind of going, I don't know them, Dad. That's weird, but we're looking forward to it. So, I think I'm starting to run out of stuff to talk about, and it's been more Israel than I expected, but I'm excited about that. But yeah, lots of stuff coming up. Silver Dollar City Tuesday with the Christmas. 5 characters I didn't like. Guests that drove me nuts. How to plan an international trip with all the changes going on. Trip vlogs. I actually have a couple things that I'm going to be reacting to. I had one sent to me today about Silver Dollar City's future plans. So I may very well do a video on that here. And I've got 1 week to try to get all these things crammed in and done. Several of them, several of them are filmed already and in the process of editing, and I'll, do a couple others here too. So, any comment on the new Willow show? I've heard it's coming, but I haven't seen anything yet. So, we will see. Hoping to see something a little bit more. So, Sermon on the Mount, neat gardens and stuff around there. That was really pretty. The Holy Sepulchre, we didn't get a whole lot of time there. I'm actually hoping, because the tourist numbers will still be lower, to see more of that. And Caesarea Philippi was just gorgeous. So, will I go to Japan Universal? I got to get to Japan first. My daughter's going. I don't know how mine's going to work out yet. So that's what we'll be doing. Stacy, please pray for my family. Absolutely. And if you're a praying person, definitely pray. I have an idea of what's going on there. Please remember them. They appreciate it. So, Greg, you should tell your friends in Japan to ask Amber for an autograph. Yeah, because that won't make her feel awkward. It was great. It was Craig, the first time he met her, came up and he had this shirt on that said Princess Willow Fan Club. And Amber's just like, Dad, this is creepy. She laughs about it now, but it was funny. So, how long is my layover in Amsterdam? 10 hours. So, Liam, you must be just joining us. Here's the problem. Because of all the new COVID restrictions, because of the changes that have been going on, because of the rising numbers, we are not going to be able to leave the airport or go out of security, because to do so would require us to get another COVID test there, to do more paperwork, to treat it like we're starting a brand new flight. And so for the 10 hours plus, we're going to be stuck inside the airport. We're not going to be able to get out and visit the city or see anybody. So the only way you could actually get in and see us is if somehow you can get through security and get into the actual airport terminal itself. Disappointed on that. We were really looking forward to getting out into Amsterdam. My family roots, my grandmother's parents were both from Holland and immigrated, Opu and Opa, and really wanted to get out and see the city. And instead, we'll just be kind of looking at it through an airport window. So, oh well. But let's see here. Yeah, that's a shame. And we're definitely disappointed by that. So, are you happy about Wicked Twister gone Cedar Point? I like Wicked Twister when it ran right. Last time I was there, it was rough. But parks always have to update and renew. So that's kind of what happens with it. So I don't know what they're planning for it. Last time I was there, though, it definitely was not running real smooth. It's like, how do you get a coaster shaking when it goes in a straight line? But it did. So it was really, really odd. Um, I would have preferred to see them actually take care of it, but I guess that wasn't in the cards. So, anyways, I'm going to let you all go here. We're right about on my hour mark. If you've got more questions, please let me know. If you've got suggestions and comments, let me know. And again, if you are a praying person, remember Stacy, and also pray for us over the finances. I'm not asking you to give funds. Okay, I do want to make that clear, but it is going to be a lot tighter financially than we had initially anticipated, and it's going to require some definite tight budgeting. So please think about us for that. But we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to living like the people in Israel do for that time, and that's going to be amazing. So thank you so very much, guys. Let's see. Mark, last comment. Guessing the lights at Silver Dollar City for Christmas were working better than for Halloween. Oh, yes. And wait till you see them. 6.5 million of them. Can't wait to show it off. So thank you so much, everybody. And we will catch you all from Israel next time. God bless.